the Cabinet Secretary, Rebecca Miano, for the Ministry of, Industry and when it comes to trade, she was talking about 15% by 2027. That's a few years away. I don't know if we'll be able to do it. It's almost double what we have now. But let's look at policies for a minute. Now, factory owners do exclusively produce at night, or who exclusively produce at night for half of the electricity cost. This was something that was pledged by the president, and it would be starting, or was starting, 1st of May.
Yes.
It's a few days after 1st. Joyce, I have to ask you, have you seen this shift? Are manufacturers seeing this shift?
Well, I don't know about exclusively producing at night only.
Right.
There's still a place for daytime production.
Right.
I think the idea was 24 hours, and then you take advantage of night production to benefit from time of use tariff. But not that you shut down your factory during the day,
right,
and then wait to produce at night. I think there's some confusion there when we say exclusively at night.
Right.
Also because other costs add up, like security costs and cost of transport, additional work goes into managing, cost of energy also goes up in terms of lighting and other things, just to keep the staff working at night, and other kinds of safeguards that you have to put in place, especially for your labor or your workers. Right. But nonetheless, we've been advocating for a time of use tariff, and we are quite happy for such declarations. And what we had said is a consistency in how we look at the baseline of how they start measuring that discount, the 50% discount. But also we are cognizant that it's part of optimizing the energy supply, especially from geothermal sources. And we've seen that a lot of that energy is lost in the night.
Right.
And also we are peculiar in that most of the industries are not 24 hours. So the peak demand really at some point dips, and then nothing much is being consumed. So it's about balancing energy demand, both day and night, but also taking advantage of the cheaper costs in the night, so that there's no wastage in the energy supply. So that would mean a lot for those industries that are able to encompass, and we have quite a number actually who are 24 hours. It's not that it's impossible.
Right.
We have a number of industries who have good markets as we start, and I'm glad you said the story around trade and the CSN, what she announced, and
right,
that was about the US market. We've opened up the European markets, the whole of Africa. We have AFCFTA that's been opened up. So once Kenya markets its products and the world is able to consume our products, then the demand for production of volumes and also demand for energy will go up.
Right.
And we'll be able to consume more energy. Hence, you'll be able to use both day and night to
right,
produce. Otherwise, if you don't have a market, you may not even, your factory may be utilized at 30%, 20%, and you lose the opportunity of producing at night.
Right.
When you look at a balance of the trade-offs that you have to do to go into the night.
Right.
But this is one of the areas we've been promoting quite a lot on how to utilize existing power, especially from geothermal sources.
Right.
And we are proud of those declarations, and we'll continue engaging with government on how to balance those costs in a way that are reflective even in our production costs, and the infrastructure is supportive of distributing that power to everybody, even
right,
the SMEs in our country and many other places, so that we can be able to grow that energy demand and eventually reduce the cost of energy for Kenyans.
Right, so a lot of factors come into play, supply and demand.
Yes.
Once again, rears its ugly head, because this is very essential when it comes to production. And 50% off at night did seem, it seemed like a very big, incentive for a lot of factories, but clearly a lot of other things